All right, so it is annoying. I don't know why it does this, but this little box right here it's saying that it didn't print the right thing, and when it doesn't know what to print, it prints that. Go ahead and close Chromebooks, but these are all supposed to be multiplications right here. So that's all multiplication. Because it actually on my screen it is a multiplication, and when it prints it does that for some reason. Okay, so the rule for exponents is that if they have the same base, so this is the base, is the x, then you just say that it's x a plus b. You just add those. So instead of when it's multiply, you add. I am out of pencils for the year. That was my last one. Yeah. Yeah. If you borrowed pencils, you may want to maybe buy me a set and bring them in. That'd be nice. I bought 36 dozen. It's like $50. You want me to hold pencils just for you? How about you buy a pack and you hold them just for you? No, but just for. Okay. Yeah. So this means that this one would be 5 to the fifth power. Yep. X to the fifth power. The numbers will multiply. So it means that this is 15. The numbers always go with the numbers, and the variable always goes with the variable. This 2 here, I'm going to rewrite this. It's not 6, it's 9. So really this means that this is 9x squared. Shh, guys, let's refocus, huh? We haven't messed with it yet. But so what I'm saying is that this 2 is going to affect both those things times 5x to the third. The 2 is just on the x. Before that 2 was affecting the 3 and the x. Good question. So then it's 9 times 5 is 45. And x to the fifth. This one's going to turn into it's really, in a sense, this becomes 2 to the third, x to the third. What is 2 to the third? 8. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So really this is 8x to the third times 8x to the sixth. Numbers multiply, so we get 64x to the ninth.
I have a quick question. Like they say they don't get calculators in the small group class for these tests. Will we not get calculators?
I always give you a calculator.
Okay. That's their fault that we won't be. Yeah, I was just wondering. That's their fault for just not being good.
Wait, I'm not done writing that.
So if you see things multiplying, you multiply the numbers, exponents get added.
I was not prepared to do the diagnostics.
Yeah.
We were doing it today.
Yes, we're doing it in the last 30 minutes. He said that.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
How many days do we have to do the diagnostic?
I'm hoping we can get it done, I don't know, quickly.
I gotta go rest. I can use any calculator I want on the diagnostic.
Now, if multiplication is adding the exponents, what do you think division is? Subtracting. So this right here ends up being x a minus b. I always like to think of it as a cancel method. If we could keep the comments down, I appreciate it. The cancel method, so it almost makes more sense. I always say who won? Who won? Okay, so if it makes more sense if I give you an example, so like 8 and say 10. 10 wins by how much?
2.
So that means that there's going to be 2 left on the bottom. If everything divides out, what are we left with?
0.
No.
1.
1. So the bottom one.
Is there always 1 on the top?
If there's nothing left on the top.
How do you know if there's nothing left? Oh.
Because you told me that
Because 10 1.
10 1.
What? Because
Okay.
10 and then 1 on the top.
Because 10, this bottom one has 2 more, so we just cancel it out. I always say, like, I'm playing ping pong with my brother, and he's like, let's start over. And I'm like, but I'm winning by 2. And he's like, okay, fine. You have 2 points, and I don't have any, right?
What
So
happens
that's,
if the top has more than the bottom?
let's talk about that right here. So who wins, top or bottom?
Top
By how much?
1.
So it's 5 to the 1. We don't put a 1 on that 5. We could have also said it's 3 minus 2, which is 1. Okay? So here we could say who won, the top or the bottom? By how much? 1. Or I could say, and we should write this down, that it's 3 minus 2, which just equals x to the 1. And you don't have to put that 1 there, but it's not wrong.
So can we just, for some of these, like if it's the same, can we just put like x, or do you want to split 3 minus 2?
You don't have, if you're, when we do the homework, the quicker the better. This next one, the numbers divide. 15 divided by 3. 5. This is one where who won, you kind of have to do. You only really have to do who won when the bottom wins. The bottom wins by how much? 3. So it's x to the 3rd on the bottom. If you put it on top, you're giving the points to the wrong person, right? And they don't win. This one I want to fix. This is really 45 x to the 6 over 9x squared, right? I got to square the 3 and I got to square the x.
So I don't understand how it thinks this is fine, but it doesn't think the multiplication is fine.
And then we get 5x to the 4th power. Was that a question? Okay. I'm going to throw in one more here because it's on the homework. So what happens if we have, say, 25x to the 3rd over 5x to the negative 2? Yes.
The top win. It would be 1. The top would be negative.
The top wins by how much?
1.
5. So 2 ways we can look at this. This is going to end up being 25 divided by 5 is 5. And the top wins by 5. Another way that we could have said is we know that it's 5 because the numbers just divide. And it's really x to the 3rd minus what? Minus negative 2. Minus a negative is a positive. Okay? So either way you want to look at that. That's it. Okay, so that's those notes, super quick.